Today on Matador News, Vice President Pence cast a tie-breaking vote to confirm Betsy DeVos as Secretary of Education, and a meteor flies over the Midwest going 33,000 miles per hour. Welcome to Matador News. I'm Gianella Ghiglino.
And I'm Adam Hajost. Betsy DeVos has been confirmed as the U.S. Secretary of Education. Vice President Mike Pence broke the tie in the Senate with a 51-50 vote.
The Vice President votes in the affirmative, and the nomination is confirmed.
Pence's vote was the first time a vice president has to cast a tiebreaker for a cabinet nominee. Two Republican senators, Susan Collins of Maine and Lisa Murkowski of Alaska, opposed to her nomination. DeVos sparked controversy because she is a donor to the Republican Party and has no experience with public school funding. Matador News reporter Sasha Gomez has a reaction from CSUN students.
Thank you, Adam. Yes, after speaking with some members of the CSUN community, we found that many have concerns with Betsy DeVos being confirmed as a Secretary of Education. CSUN education faculty Ivan and Shari Behring say one of the main issues is her lack of qualifications and understandings in the field of public education.
She has never attended public school herself, so she doesn't really know what it's like to be in a public school and what the challenges are that public school teachers and students face.
Betsy DeVos is not our first choice in the College of Education where you're located right now because she really is not well informed about the needs of education at this time.
Professor David Kretschmer and Pete Goldschmidt say they were concerned with her personal agenda and her interest in voucher systems.
She's very much in favor of voucher systems, which will draw money out of the public education system, which is struggling as it is right now across the nation in many ways.
I think a lot of us are really concerned about her personal emphasis and personal interests that are driving some of her agenda. You really need to think about the larger issues and not think about what individual interests have or their personal agenda, and rather what's going to work best for kids.
Thank you so much. Back to you in the studio.
Secretary of Homeland Security John Kelly is taking the blame for Trump's executive order on immigration. Kelly says it was lawful and constitutional, but it may have been too soon.
So that potentially people that might be coming here to harm us would not take advantage of some period of time that they could jump on an airplane and get here.
Mississippi Congressman Benny Thompson asked Kelly to provide information on any of these so-called bad people that have been let into the U.S. since a court halted the executive order. Kelly had no examples.
President Trump has said that he might cut California's federal funding. This threat was made in response to California potentially becoming a sanctuary state. President Trump made that statement in an interview with Bill O'Reilly on Fox News. California Senate President pro tempore Kevin De Leon called the threat unconstitutional. California currently receives $343 billion a year.
Human rights group Amnesty International says 13,000 people have been executed at Sandanaya prison in Syria. Amnesty has learned from interviews with former guards and released detainees that most of those tortured oppose the Bashar al-Assad regime. Witnesses have described deaths through sadistic beatings, starvation, and disease. President Assad has been previously accused of extrajudicial killings and war crimes.
A suicide bomber has killed at least 20 people and wounded 35 in Kabul today. The attack occurred at Afghanistan's Supreme Court. The area is home to several apartments. It was crowded with people who were coming home from work. No one has claimed responsibility. The attack comes a month after two suicide bombings killed 36 people and wounded dozens of others.
A video goes viral after a killer confesses from jail that she was responsible for her mother's death. 21-year-old Heather Mack made a video saying she murdered her mother by herself and she did not regret it. It was 2 years ago when Mack planned a trip to Bali and planned to kill her mother at their hotel. Mack says the murder was revenge for her father's death in 2006. Mack is currently serving a 10-year sentence in Bali for her mother's murder.
Police in Ventura County say a retired judge fatally shot his girlfriend yesterday. Herbert Curtis III also fatally shot himself. Hostage negotiators communicated with Curtis for 3 hours before they entered the home. Authorities found him dead with an apparent self-inflicted gunshot wound to the head. His girlfriend, Patricia Payne, was found alive, but she died at the hospital. Curtis presided over at least 18 murder trials as a Ventura County Superior Court judge.
A Lancaster school bus crashes this morning, leaving 10 students injured and 1 in critical condition. The solo occupant in the other vehicle involved in the crash was also critically injured. The California Highway Patrol says the bus was for special education students.
A meteor flies across the Midwest and disintegrates above Lake Michigan. The American Meteor Society received more than 350 reports from witnesses of a green fireball yesterday. Most of the reports came from Wisconsin and Illinois. NASA meteor expert William Cook says the fireball moved about 38,000 miles an hour.
Now we go to Serafina Maulupe with sports.
Thank you, Gianella. After Sunday's historic comeback, the New England Patriots are still celebrating their Super Bowl win in the city of Boston. Rain, snow, and sleet did not stop the fans from attending the parade. The Patriots are second in the NFL with 5 Super Bowl wins. Tom Brady won his 4th Super Bowl MVP as they beat the Falcons 34-28. LeBron James calls New York Post reporters trash after they put a story out about a Carmelo Anthony for Kevin Love trade. Head coach of the Cavs, Tyronn Lue, denied the rumors, saying Love is not going anywhere. Last night, the Cavs beat the Wizards in overtime 140-135. Love finished with 39 points, 12 rebounds, and shot 6 of 10 from the three-point line. James made the shot to go into overtime. He finished with 32 points and 17 assists. Now let's go to Cameron Parrish with entertainment news.
After a kicker performance at the Super Bowl, Lady Gaga announces her world tour. The Joanne World Tour kicks off August 1st in Vancouver. The tour loop will include stops in LA, Boston, New York, Europe, and other major cities across the world. Gaga says the tour's focus is about empowering women and other marginalized groups. St. Pablo rapper Kanye West deletes his tweets defending his meeting with President Trump. A December meeting with Trump caused West fans and other artists to react negatively. At the time, West tweeted he met with the president to discuss multicultural concerns. A source said the rapper's main concern at the meeting was social issues in his hometown, Chicago. Now sources are saying West doesn't want to be associated with Trump. Now back to Serafina with the latest news in health.
Teens who vape have found a new technique called dripping. Dripping is when the heat liquid from the e-cigarettes turns into a thick cloud. It gives more flavor and sensation in the throat. A professor at Yale University School of Medicine said 1,900 high school students reported trying e-cigarettes. More than 26% of students who tried vaping reported they vape because of the sensation of dripping. Now let's go with Matador News reporter Allan Medina in the newsroom.
It's flu season. Seasoned students don't seem to be aware of getting flu shot, even though it's been raining the past couple of weeks.
Oh man, here we go.
Have you gotten your flu shot?
I have gotten flu shots.
I think so. A long time ago.
I just feel like I haven't had the time. I go to work and I go to school, so I just haven't been able to go.
Health officials all over the U.S. are encouraging people to get their vaccines after 15 kids have died due to flu-like symptoms. You can get a flu shot from your local health pharmacies. Now let's get back to Cammeron and the latest news on tech.
Silicon Valley companies are taking stand against President Trump's travel ban. The Super Bowl ad, public statements, and court filings argue these companies rely on immigrants. Tech firms believe there are not enough Americans with the specialized skills the companies need. The risk many companies face is the backlash of Trump supporters. But tech firms say the pushback is necessary because of their dependency on thousands of foreign workers. The Silicon Valley Leadership Group says immigrants co-founded half of the companies that exist today. A Carnegie University student is sentenced to 3 years probation. Morgan Culbertson was charged for developing and selling software through an online criminal marketplace. Culbertson had faced 16 months in prison but was spared incarceration for his lack of a criminal record. A total of 70 people worldwide have been targeted, and Culbertson is one of 12 charged by authorities. Currently, Culbertson is on leave from Carnegie University. Thank you for watching Matador News. I'm Cameron Parrish.
I'm Adam Hajost.
I'm Gianella Ghiglino.
And I'm Serafina Maulupe.